So today we're just going to take you through the L4, the upcoming models, and introduce you to the Lepas brand. This is the Lepas L4, a new compact crossover that is set to launch in South Africa in March of 2026. Now, you're probably watching this video in February of 2026, and that means the car next to me is a pre-production homologation model. So it's not quite the same product that will be launched in South Africa. So the fit and finish might not quite be to standard. So we're not going to scrutinize that today, and the brand has please asked us to bear that in mind. So today we're just going to take you through the L4, the upcoming models, and introduce you to the Lepas brand. Lepas forms part of the Chery group, and I don't need to tell you, if you've watched the news or read the news in recent years, it's a brand on the rise. They've recently acquired the rights to build cars in South Africa by purchasing the old Nissan production factory. So they're here to stay. That means Lepas has a solid foundation from which to launch its brand. And being part of the Chery group, there are some pretty familiar mechanicals here. A 1.5 litre turbocharged petrol engine paired with a 6-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox, 108 kilowatts, 235 newton meters of torque, going to the front wheels in a compact crossover shape. Now, Lepas is aimed at a slightly higher tier in terms of the crossover segment. So think Haval Jolion Pro instead of standard Haval Jolion, something above a Chery Tiggo 4, but a similar size. And I think with Chery having so many different brands within the market, whether you consider Jetour, which is independent in South Africa, but still part of Chery Global, Jaku, Omoda, Chery, and now Lepas, there's certainly enough products to go around. And if you look at the aesthetics of each of these individual sub-brands, they definitely have a theme. Jetour is definitely leaning towards Defender, Jaku is definitely leaning towards Range Rover, and Lepas, well, for me, I see a little bit of Jaguar E-Pace in the car. I don't know if you see it too. Let us know in the comment section below if you see it. But either way, it's quite a good looking little compact crossover. If you agree, again, get into the comment section and let us know. Let's check out how practical it is. Inside the L4, now obviously I can't really comment on material quality here because, as I said, this is a pre-production car and the production cars will look very different according to the brand. But what I can do is get an indication of what the brand is going for here, and in my opinion it's going for a slightly more luxurious appeal. If we take the gear lever, which is situated here on the steering wheel stalk, it gives you that Mercedes vibe, a little bit different to the ones in Chery where they are situated here. Now, removing it and placing it here means that there is space for a wireless smartphone charger and your various driving modes can be controlled from here. You also have physical buttons for your climate control at the bottom here, which is a nice to have in today's day and age, and then a large portrait style infotainment screen. There's also a digitized instrument cluster for driving information and a multifunction steering wheel, which you can control your ADAS semi-autonomous driving functions. Let's check out the rear to see how practical this thing is. In the back of the L4, there is a familiar Chinese trope when it comes to their cars, and that's great rear occupant space. For instance, I've set this front seat up to my driving position. I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but if I sit as if I'm a passenger here, I've got loads of knee room and leg room, loads of headroom too. And bear in mind, this is the smallest of the Lepas models. This is the L4. There's still an L6 and an L8 coming, and as the numbers go up, so do the size of the cars and the luxury and appeal within the market. So for Lepas's entry-level model, this is pretty impressive. I even checked out the boot earlier, which they haven't given an official measurement to, but it's roughly 400 liters or so, very comparable to the likes of the Haval Jolion Pro in terms of space. But overall, seems to be a pretty practical crossover. And that's that for this Lepas L4 quick review. Now, obviously the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and we haven't driven the car extensively as of yet, but this is a pre-production model, so we will wait for the proper production car to do a thorough road test evaluation. But so far, things look good. Styling is on point, features seem good, and it's got a relatively proven powertrain. We still need to see how it drives, what its pricing is, and ultimately whether South Africans will resonate with the brand. But I suppose that's a conversation for another time and when we review the product in full. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the AutoTrader YouTube channel. It helps us a lot. Leave a like if you've enjoyed this content. Get down into the comment section and let us know what you think of Lepas. Until next time, cheers.